SloMoBackSlap here, slapping y'all with another video. We are back once again for another episode of the Expanse, a Tellltale series. This is my review of episode 2, and I do have to kind of make an adjustment in how I'm doing these things. This is my first time really doing a review per episode of these episodic narrative-driven kind of games, and with that being said, I've already kind of gone into my typical review process, which is talking about the visuals, talking about the story, talking about the sound, the combat, if there is that, or gameplay, etc., etc., etc. All of that isn't going to change after the first episode, really. It's really all going to be very consistent. So if you want to build a full-fledged review of the Expanse, a Tellltale series, watch my first episode if you haven't already. But going forward, what I will be doing with every episode is just really reviewing the story, how it's progressing, the choices that I made, and my opinion on all that. Cool? Cool. Let's do it. So here's a recap of episode 2 for the Expanse. In between the first episode and the second episode, your crew has been running from the same pirates that decapitated everybody on that UNN ship for over a week. They have been going through light speed burn, trying to evade them, only for the pirates to keep catching up. And everyone has been run ragged in that process, including Khan, who in the previous episode was shot by accident, and the injury that she incurred has not been treated well because they haven't had time to do so. Drummer chooses a risky option of hiding within a asteroid field that also is the home of a graveyard of spaceships that had a massive fight where no one survived. Doing so burns all the fuel that they have. Drummer and the twins go out to scavenge among the 3 derelict ships that are in the graveyard looking for fuel. They also run into the pirates. The pirates also attack. They attack back. While all this is going on, Khan is undergoing a surgery to have her arm amputated because infection set in while they were trying to evade the pirates for over a week. But eventually, they escape capture by the pirates and head to the coordinates provided that the pirates are looking for in the first episode. So let me discuss some gameplay changes real quick. The gameplay is more of the same from the first episode with a minor change. You'll still be navigating Drummer and Zero G through derelict space, but this time you have the added danger of drones with lasers that could rip you to pieces deployed by the pirates that you also have to avoid. The drones are actually super easy to avoid. There really is no difficulty in navigating through these ghost ships. It's just one added thing that you have to do. But moving on, let's get into a lot of the major choices that you have to make in the episode. So we get a deeper understanding of the crew in this episode. If you gain enough of Khan's trust, for example, she'll tell you the story of what happened when she and her husband ran into pirates. Really sad story, but it's very well acted. The voice acting between the voice actors of Drummer and Khan do an excellent job in really conveying the amount of hurt and the emotion of the moment. So I thought that was great. I'm not sure if I could have saved her arm. The choices list at the end of the episode said there was a laser crystal I didn't find that could have aided in her surgery. I have no idea if that would have saved her arm or not, or if the prosthetic was always going to be the end result there. I did let the twins know that I trusted Virgil, who through my investigation, his secret turns out to be that he was a former UNN soldier that was a part of the occupation of the Belters. Now, Virgil opened up about his past as a UNN soldier. He is the medic on the ship. He was a medic for the UNN, so he wasn't some hardcore soldier oppressing Drummer's people. And he's also a deserter, so he literally has the same enemies as Drummer. So that was something that I basically let Virgil know, that he doesn't have anything to worry about me and him in that regard, but I do fully expect that in later episodes, because this is Tellltale and it's guaranteed to come out, that he was a UNN soldier will eventually be information that makes its way to the twins, and them being Belters who have a hard-on against the UNN, that's definitely going to be some conflict there. Now, I thought I picked up Arlen's medication, but upon research after the episode, I actually didn't. So, considering Arlen, one of the twins, has this addiction and he's getting the shakes already in episode 2, I wonder what negative repercussions this will bring in later episodes. I kind of imagine that in a tense situation where there may be like a gunfight or something like that, because he didn't have his medication and because he's kind of going through withdrawal of his addiction, his drug addiction, that might end up in a character dying or a character getting hurt in some way because he wasn't able to perform to his usual capabilities, but we'll see. I found the mushroom powder and gave it to Virgil, which seemed on the surface to be the most pointless choice to have, but I imagine it's probably similar to finding and giving the cigar that you find in episode 1 to Khan. It only helped that character to open up, and that's essentially what Virgil did. He did eventually open up after I confronted him with the information I already knew about. The biggest decision of the entire episode is whether to cash in on that sexual tension between Drummer and Maya, and this likely have the biggest repercussions later on. I think we have two choices. Maya basically gives you the huge hint that if you want to continue this further, all this flirting and stuff, come to her room. And as you end the episode, you have the choice to sleep with Maya or to go to your own room and not cash in on that. I chose to sleep with Maya, knowing more than likely this is going to blow up in Drummer's face later on. I imagine if I chose not to take her offer, that it would have caused massive heartache on Maya's part and may cause her to no longer be as useful in later episodes, or to, hey, even potentially betray Drummer. We'll see what happens. Overall, it was a solid episode, but nothing groundbreaking. We got to learn more about our crew, which is good, but really nothing else here. We still don't really know what these coordinates lead to, even though we are now at the destination of the coordinates. We really don't know the motivations of the pirates or their leader. So there's a lot to still learn, and I kind of feel like, considering this is the 3rd episode we're going into, that everything's going to get turned on its head in typical Tellltale fashion, so we'll see. But hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, hit the dislike button if you didn't, it's all good, and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more reviews on The Expanse in the future. Peace.